Yo, what's good, y'all? This is your boy Jay the Bar, man, bringing y'all a new video. And in this video right here, I'm gonna be showing you guys a trade breakdown of a couple trades that I took this week. So I'm gonna show you guys on my funded account, not my funded account, but like my funding challenge that I have right now. The company I'm doing a funded challenge with is called FTUK. They're actually based off in Atlanta, and so the platform that I'm using right here, I forgot the name of the platform. It's kind of like they integrated it with like some type of software that they have. I forgot like who the broker is and everything, but that's a story for another day. But so yeah, guys, this is my current funding challenge that I'm currently going for. Like I said, this prop firm is called FTUK. They're actually based here in the U.S. That's why I'm using like the interface that they have integrated with their platform. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get into the video. And I ask you guys to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna show you guys like some of the positions that I've actually like taken on the account. Get rid of this window. So some of the positions that I've taken on the account right here. You see these are the two trades that I won. I'm currently like $20 in drawdown right now because like this is how their scaling plan works. So I have like a 14,000 account challenge, but for some reason, but just how they do it, they start you off at like 3,500, and then you scale up to 14,000. Then after the 14,000, when you hit like the 10% profit target, in the first phase of the first phase of being funded, then you go up to 28. And when you hit 10% at 28,000, you go up to 56, and then so on and so forth. I think it goes up to, I think with the promotion that I got, the account with, I think it goes up to, I want to say 800,000, something like that, if I actually scale it up that high. So yeah, the idea with this funded program is that like their idea is like to scale you up as fast as possible, as long as like you're hitting the 10% profit targets, right? And then they'll basically like double your funded amount up to the max that it goes up to with the account. So currently, right now, we're $20 in drawdown. You guys can see I took a couple losing positions on Bitcoin and Ethereum. It is what it is. But the same thing I was trading with Bitcoin and Ethereum is the same thing I use on the positions that I took with GU and EU. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and load up my trading view. Now, guys, like I had to actually download the actual TradingView software to my computer because, like, for some reason, the TradingView on like the web browser, it just like my watch list just was not appearing, so I wasn't sure why that was. I mean, I have a laptop, and my laptop was logged in to my TradingView also, so I logged out of it on my laptop, but it was still doing the same thing. So I just went ahead and just downloaded the actual TradingView application, and you see right here on my Windows desktop. It's taskbar like it's right here, and honestly, I prefer it like this. I got an extra browser tab that I gotta like open up, but it's all good. It's nothing really, and my watch list actually comes up over here. Like on the browser, like I would have this tab open and it was just blank. Like I couldn't see anything. I couldn't figure out why, and like I tried to like do a couple of I tried to look up a couple of YouTube videos, and it's just like nothing really helped me. So I was just like, you know what? Alright, whatever. I'm gonna try to download this software to my computer and we're gonna see what it do. And it works, so this how I'm rocking. So hey, for anybody else that like has that problem of the watch list not, showing up on the browser tab, just download the software and you should be good to go. But back into these trades, right? So what we have here is, I'm gonna go to the weekly time frame. So what I really noticed was like a weekly internal to external range liquidity move, primarily on GU right here. So it was seen a lot better on GU, and since both of these pairs are against the US dollar, they should be moving in unison with one another, or like they should be moving in a correlation with one another. So like if EU is heading higher, GU should be heading higher because they're both against the dollar, right? So also this week we had CPI, and because it was the first week of July, so we had CPI and everything like that. So it was a pretty volatile week going into this week. So I saw this weekly internal to external range liquidity move right here on GU, right? And you know, since these are correlated assets, right, they should be moving in unison with one another, right? So I also used SMT divergence with the two, and I'll show you guys that on the lower time frame when I go down to the 4 hour. But right here on the weekly, you see we have this fair value gap right here in this external range. So this high from this low right here. Yeah. So this high, this low right here. So boom, this is our weekly external range low right here. I'm gonna do weekly. Gonna put W so I know that means weekly. We're gonna put it in the middle. That's a lot cleaner. Yep. So there's also a monthly external range right here also, but I did it on the weekly time frame because this is the area right now that we're trading into as far as right now. So yeah, so from this weekly low right here to this weekly high of this range, of this external range, we have this internal range right here, so this fair value gap. So if I'm anticipating this range to or price to hit higher from here, this is the area that I would look for like a SMT divergence inside of right here. So now I'm gonna go down to the 4 hour time frame. And the trade that I took on EU alongside with GU is based off of the external to internal range move on or the internal to potential external range move on GU, right? Because that's the chart that I saw it the cleanest on, right? So if I see any type of formation or entry patterns forming on EU, you know, because GU is also should have an SMT divergence inside of it also, and you know, a confirmation for prices to hit higher. If I see any type of entry confirmation on EU, I can also take that as well. You just have to be mindful of the risk. All right, so as you guys can see right here, I also ended this trade, entered these positions late at night. So as you guys can see right here, the previous week, so the 28th of June, right, we had Friday. This is the low that Friday made. So you see right here. So Friday's low right here. I'm gonna make this we'll do it let's see, do it blue. Yeah, we'll do blue. So boom, boom. So Friday's low on EU at 9 a.m. and this is Friday's low at 9 a.m. on GU, right? So this low right here, that was the low for last Friday, previous Friday. So now come Tuesday, right, we didn't run that low from Friday of last week. We actually had an SMT divergence, because as you guys can see right here on Tuesday at 5 a.m. on Tuesday, right, we stayed above this low right here on Tuesday, right? Mark this out so you guys can, I'm trying to mark this out, you know, the cleanest I can so y'all can see it. But this is the low of last Friday right here, and this is Tuesday's low right here going into the London session. So I'm gonna do it like this. Yep, that's good. Make it like a red or something. Yep. So this is Tuesday's low, Friday's low right here. Try to make this as clean as possible. So yeah, Friday's low, Tuesday's low, right? Tuesday's low didn't reach for Friday's low, so EU made a higher high. Meanwhile, on GU right here, you see Friday at 9 a.m. Friday's low. Friday's low on GU was ran Tuesday morning, right? It was ran Tuesday morning, right there. So Friday's low was taken out. So again, the S&T divergence. Remember what I said, that EU and GU should be moving in the same direction because they're correlated assets. They're both against the U.S. dollar, or measured against the U.S. dollar. So if the U.S. dollar is heading lower, EU and GU should be heading higher because they're inversely correlated with the U.S. dollar. If the US dollar is heading higher, EU and GU should be heading lower. So these two assets right here, they should be correlated because they're both against the US dollar. So if one of them has a break in correlation, that's where we know that like there's some type of like institution or some type of big player involved in the markets. And so that's exactly what happened right here. EU made the higher high against last Friday's low. Meanwhile, GU made the lower low against Friday's low of last week that it formed on GU. So I look at this run right here on Friday's low as a liquidity raid, right? And not a confirmation or not like a confirmation of like, okay, we're gonna head lower. No, I look at this as a liquidity raid because the correlated asset to this one, right, to GU, which is EU, should have also followed suit, but it didn't. So that tells me that like since there's like some type of institutional sponsorship inside of EU, it's probably gonna be the same thing in GU. So you look at this as a liquidity raid with the S&T divergence. You look at this as a liquidity raid. So a run below the low, and then we head higher, and that's exactly what happened. We formed there's an impulse move here. It formed an imbalance right here, which is also kind of like, and it also formed an order block. Now initially, I was gonna look for like eventually price to come back down and tap into this order block, or tap into the 4-hour order block right here. But what I did was I went down on a lower time frame. I want to say it was like a 1 hour or 15-minute time frame that I had went down to, and I found my entry there. Because either way, my stop loss is going to be below the low right here. Because I'm looking at this since I'm looking at this as a liquidity raid, my stop loss would have been down here regardless. Because I'm looking at this low right here to be protected, right? Because I'm anticipating like a higher time frame, the higher time frame momentum inside of the same weekly fair value gap that was marked back. If I go back up to the weekly time frame, this is that weekly fair value gap. So we had that S&T divergence inside of this weekly fair value gap. So I'm anticipating that higher time frame momentum to like head higher and take out the weekly external range liquidity. I don't have to, yeah, because initially this was my target, like all the way up here. So for like a 1 to like almost 1 to 3. However, I just went ahead and closed out because I already had 2 positions open. Right, so I was just like, you know what? They're both 1 to 2s. I'm risking 1% on both of them. So either way, it's a 4% gain because I had 2 positions open. So, so it was a 4% gain. If I would have lost the trades, it would have been a 2% loss. So you see the risk to reward coming in there. The one going for the 1 to 2, right? So I made 4% with 2 positions open. So, if I go down to the 1 hour time frame, that's where I'm gonna say I found my entry. Yeah, so right here, my entry was on the 1 hour right here. You guys can see right here that we had a 1 hour fair value gap later that night, because I did enter these positions like later on in the night. So I'm gonna move over. All right, so you see they both kind of had these fair value gaps inside of here. Right here that they were already leaving inside of. I didn't enter exactly at the fair value gaps. Prices was already a little choppy or moving away from them. So what I just did was I just went ahead and just like entered a position. And I'm like, okay, these fair value gaps have already been tapped into, and I'm already anticipating higher time frame or already anticipating the higher time frame momentum to like head higher, right? So that's why I didn't have any issue whatsoever with just entering in the position. Right, because that's also one thing too. I've been learning that it doesn't have to be precise. Like you don't have to wait for like it to actually hit down into it. Because like either way, like I said, my stop loss is going below the low right here, and my stop loss is going below the higher high right here. Because I'm expecting these lows right here to be protected, right? Because we had that high, because we already had that impulse move higher, so it closed above here. Also, too, the reason why the stop loss goes here is because you see all these gaps right here. I don't know, and nobody else knows if any of these other gaps would have got filled right here. Yeah, this one right here, this fair value gap right here did get filled, right? But who's to say that price couldn't have headed lower and filled in the rest of these imbalances and then headed higher, right? So that's why the stop loss goes down here, right, to protect against any of that. Because say I could put my stop loss, say right here on this gap right here, because this was the first one that was used, and then you see the position, we get a 1 to 5. However, right, if that didn't happen, right? This would have been a loss. So stop loss goes right here. It's okay. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I entered right here on GU, and on EU I entered in about the same area right here. Actually, I entered right here. Yeah, I had entered right here on EU, and then price kind of hit it lower a little bit, filled in these imbalances right here, and then we took off because this is also an order block right here. Could also use this as an order block entry. Like you see these two down close candles that we have right here. Anytime you have a candle close above anytime you have like a bullish candle close above a bearish candle, that can be considered an order block according to like the ICT, the way ICT taught it. You can consider that an order block, and that's exactly what happened here. It came and hit like that consequent encroachment of the order block right here. I'm gonna go ahead and mark in the order block, but I have consequent encroachment marked on my fair value gaps. So yeah, we're gonna do an order block. So we hit that halfway point in between the order block. It didn't head any lower than that, and you see price reversed and headed higher, and went to that weekly external range draw. Right here. Also the same thing with EU. I also had my targets up here. So that would have been a nice 1 to 4, but you know, I was just like, because also too it was coming like it was coming along Friday, because I entered these positions on like Tuesday night, and so I held them all the way till Friday to get the most of the expansion move for the rest of the week, because we also had news coming out. And so I was basically just like, you know what, I have 2 positions open, so I'm up 4%, right? So I'm just like, you know what, I'm just go ahead and close the positions, because either way, that way I'm up 4%. I can gain some of the account back with the challenge account. So now, instead of being down, I think I was about down like almost like $100 something. Let's add up these positions. I'm just do like some mental math. So like it's like 80, 89, 90, 100 something. And with these 2 positions, I made back, I want to say like 110. So I made $110 back on the account. So now I'm only $20 in drawdown on the this current phase of the challenge. So, you know, I got a little bit more wiggle room to play with, you know. So I was just like, you know what? Because also too, it was coming around to Friday's close, and I was just like, you know what? If it hasn't reached here by the time Friday's trading day closes, I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna just close it. It is what it is. I'll find another trade. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So that was those are 2 of the positions that I took. That's my trade breakdown for this week. I felt really comfortable taking these trades. I wasn't really stressing or anything like that, as long as, like, you know, I just saw that, you know, I was just managing the position that the best that I could. You know what I mean? I wasn't really too stressed or anything. I was just really confident in, you know, just what I was seeing with price, and that, you know, we should see higher prices, and reaching for this external range draw, especially too because I also saw that the US dollar, because I have TradingView on my phone also, so I saw that the US dollar, it was heading lower also. So I'm like, okay, as long as the dollar is heading lower, you know, my other positions should also be heading higher, because they're inversely correlated with one another. So yeah, that was my trades for this week, man. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, you know, leave a comment down below. Also like the video, and subscribe to the channel, man. But with that being said, I don't have anything else to say, so I'm gonna let y'all go about y'all day. And yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace out.